Hey guys, Phil back, true to form outdoors. Another scam and score video. So, today, the thing I want to talk about is vanity. And to go in line with that, got a haircut. Cleaned up my my beautiful curly locks. Took them right off. And I mean, vanity is can be a bit of a thief, you know. When you go out of your way to project something that, you know, may not be real. You know, if you're doing good and you're taking care of yourself, you know, looking good will almost come naturally. But I've known people that have overextended themselves just to create an image, and when that's the case, it never holds up. You know, cracks will appear in that very easily. You know, I've had friends with good jobs that spent every dime they got as soon as they got it so that they could look better than other people, you know, look better than they were really doing. When really, if they just focused on building themselves and building their life and improving that, you know, it would have brought them to a much better place in life. You know, obviously you do want to look, you know, good. You want to, you know, take care of yourself, but you know, don't be an actor about it. Be real about it. You know, if you're doing everything just to look good for something else, then you're throwing your efforts away. You know, people overextend themselves to drive beautiful cars. People overextend themselves to have fancy clothes. You know, I mean, simple things can look just as good or better than the most expensive clothing. And it's all about, really it's all about you. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you take care of yourself, and why you're doing it. You know, you want to be doing it to advance your life, advance the lives of your people, and whatever you're responsible for. You know, I got little Oreo sitting here with me underneath the table. She's just hanging out. She got a haircut too. She's looking real good. And you know, while looking good is important, you know, it should be more functional than anything. You know, someone that you know, that their day is ruined because they run out of hair gel they're in for a rough ride. You know. You can't base everything off of your looks, you know. So that's the scam for today, is vanity. Avoid vanity. You know, focus on doing true things to take care of yourself. You know, focus on your health. Focus on your mental health. Don't get run down about projecting an image of success or of beauty or just anything that's not truly you. You know, if you're taking care of yourself and doing things properly, I promise you will look good on your own. You know, the energy that you project just by being honest and honestly taking care of yourself will give off a far better appearance than anything you can physically do to change or improve your appearance. So think about vanity. You know, there's a difference between, you know, looking good and putting yourself out so you can look good. You know, if you're not taking care of your true self first and putting simply your image first, you're in for a rocky road. It's not going to be good. So that's about it on vanity. You know, just something to watch out for. Is vanity one of the 7 deadly sins? I don't know. I'm a little bit rusty on my deadly sins, but it can certainly be detrimental. On to a little bit more interesting stuff I want to talk about. Knives. A good knife. I've got a selection here for you. Maybe you can see it. These are my bigger knives. And there's a couple ones I don't have with me. I don't have my hunting knife with me. But I do have most of my other knives with me. This is, we'll start with the most obscure one. This is an real old knife that I got from my grandfather. When he passed, I just kind of found it among his things. It's got no brand markings, nothing, no maker's mark, nothing like that. But man, this knife is tough. It's been beat to hell. The blade's been sharpened many times. It looks like it's even been wire brushed. What are you eating there? Hey, leave that alone. But it's still solid steel. This is like something Arthur Morgan would carry on his gun belt. Just a sharp, solid knife that you could do anything from digging holes with to cleaning out a deer with if you had to. I can't really tell you much else about it other than it's very old, it's very durable, and it's very sharp. There's that. I mean, it all depends on what you're trying to do also, The next two I have, they're both K-bar fighting knives. This is the original design, the USMC. It's sharp as hell. It can be used as a survival knife or a camping knife, but it's not ideal for that. Its main design was to get stuck into somebody's ribs. It's a fighting knife. So it's a cool piece. I like it. I don't really use this one at all just because I like to keep it clean, and I have other knives that I'm happy to beat up on. But I got an original K-bar just because I liked it. Next, Space Force knife. I mean, this isn't the actual Space Force knife. It's just a Space Force special edition. Really, it's just a K-bar fighting knife with a rubber handle. It's something, meant for underwater use or, in space use, I guess, but not really. I don't know what Space Force is actually issued. When it says right there, United States Space Force. I thought that was kind of nifty. So I grabbed that. This one I do bring with me camping and hiking sometimes just because it's durable. Kydex sheath, I'm not worried about banging it up. And it's, kind of a cool little novelty. Still not the most useful knives I have, but it's cool. I like it. It's okay to get things that make you happy, whether you particularly use them a lot or not. Next is the big boy. It's the BK and K-bar BK9. This is supposed to be a combat Bowie. This one I actually took camping with me last weekend, and it worked great. I brought it in lieu of a lightweight hatchet that I usually bring just for chopping wood. This weighed a handful of grams less than my hatchet, so I figured I'd give it a shot. It worked great. Everything from opening packs of bacon to making little feather sticks. I was chopping wood with it, chopping real tough beech wood with it. I didn't even really have to do any batoning with it. That's when you take another stick and use it to bash through the piece of wood you're cutting. Didn't even have to use it, just chopping right through. Sometimes I have to give it a little bit of an extra bang on a log or something. I'll post a short video of that connected to this so you can see how well it worked. I really like this knife. It's supposed to be like a combat Bowie. I don't know too much about combat. I'm not a soldier by any means, but this knife is tough enough and sharp enough to certainly handle a combat role. So I like that. Solid knife. It was expensive, but it will last, and it is sharp, man. Whew. That thing is razor. So this, I plan on using this a lot. I plan on using this a lot over the years. likely stop carrying a hatchet with me when I go backpacking. And just use this, you know. I don't necessarily need to be chopping huge pieces of firewood for backpacking. So this is a more practical option, you know, for the weight. It's got a little holder in it. Keep a tiny little sharpener in there. It won't create a razor edge, but it'll sharpen up a knife if it's got any nicks in it or it's gotten a little bit dulled. It'll true that edge up nicely. So I keep that with it. All right. Next, my pocket knife collection. Got it all right there. I guess I'll start with the cheapest blades first. It's a Harbor Freight pocket knife. You know, this thing was like $6 or $7, but I don't know what they're doing over there at Harbor Freight. And Gordon is the name brand, but they make some sharp steel, you know, and it holds an edge well, and it can be sharpened well. This is really just a beater knife. I don't really, you know, I keep it in my pocket if I'm working or something like that. But you know, just a spare knife, you know, it's worth it. You know, it's okay to have some knives that aren't super valuable, but this is super useful. So I have that. This is another Harbor Freight knife. This is from their Icon brand. And this one's much higher build quality. Hey, pup. Coming up to see me? Look at this dog. Right. You're not camera shy at all, are you? No. No. Yeah. She just got fixed yesterday, but you wouldn't know it. She's in good shape. She's in good spirits. A happy dog. This one is fantastic. So, Icon knife, it's got a ball bearing in it, so it opens nice and fast. It's made with good steel. It's sharp. Also a great work knife. This was like $20 or $30. Still very worth it. And I mean, it looks cool too. It's got a little bit of carbon fiber on it. I don't know if you can see in this light, but it's a decent blade. This little bad boy, also another knife I will commonly keep in my pocket when I'm working. It's still got some drywall on it, I think. It's a little Gerber. I forget what exactly it's called, but just a very slim, small knife. It feels great in your pocket. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and it's sharp. Gerber's pretty decent. I feel like they've stepped up their brand a lot. I'm actually carrying another little Gerber, which is also very small. Very compact and slim, but it's got a nice edge to it and very practical. It's my little daily carry right now. I think I paid like 25 bucks for this one. This one I got on sale for like 15 or 16. Gerber's doing pretty good stuff lately. I have a fixed blade knife by Camelus. This one was cheap, man. This came in one of those Christmas packages where it was like 3 or 4, you know, little tools. And I got it on sale after Christmas for like 11 or 12 bucks. It's got some rust on it. I got to clean it up a little bit, but very sharp little knife. I was very impressed with the quality of the Camelus blades. It's the first time I ever bought any of their stuff, but decent. I use this one a lot for camping, food preparation. It'd make a great hunting knife, honestly. It's got a drop point on it, so it'd be great for cleaning out game. No complaints there, really. Okay. Budget fixed blade. This was from Walmart. It's the Ozark Trail brand. Also a very cheap knife, but you know, anybody who knows knives will tell you that Walmart has stepped up their game. Ozark Trail has begun creating equipment that is much higher quality than what we've been used to for the last 20 or 30 years. And I kind of keep it as a spare hunting knife. I have cleaned deer with this knife. It worked just fine. It's got a decent edge. I like the shape of it. hold on to that. It's pretty good. Now onto the classy knives. Opinel. This is Opinel number 10. You know, these are light duty knives. I don't really like banging these knives around. They are affordable. One like this would probably run you about 50 bucks. There are smaller Opinels that you can get for like $15 or $16. They all have the same mechanism in them and very sharp blades. They work very well. This particular knife is kind of like my suit and tie knife or tuxedo knife. It's something I would, have in my pocket at maybe a wedding or, some sort of formal function, just because it's just a nice, clean, simple knife. Sharp blades. This design has been around forever. The French created a really good little knife. And I like Opinels. They've got a lot of class to them. My father has a similar knife, but it's got an olive wood handle. It's absolutely beautiful. And I like to get Opinels as gifts for my friends because they're just cool little knives. Not necessarily survival knife, not necessarily a hunting knife. It'd be great for cleaning out fish with, for sure. It's got a nice thin, sharp blade. Definitely good for something like that. But I like to call this a wine and cheese knife. That's what I'd like to imagine they're used for. Here we have the Opinel Big Boy number 12. This is not a pocket knife. This is this is more like like a barbecue knife. Or this thing is very serious. It's sharp as hell. Big bulky handle. This one's kind of cool. It came in a barbecue set. So it came with the knife, and also if you put the blade down, I don't have it with me, but there's a spatula attachment that hooks onto the front of the knife. You can lock it in place. You can flip burgers with it. I thought that was kind of cool. This bad boy was expensive, probably more than I wanted to pay, but I just like it. You might catch me around a grill, cutting up sausages or flipping burgers with this bad boy. Very, very good knife. Very sharp. It's got a little ring on it that can be used as the bottle opener, which is handy if you're cracking some cold ones. And it's just a cool piece. I like it. Savoy, France. What do we have? Victorinox. I think this was my first new knife. My dad got it for me when I was maybe 10 or 11 years old. And it's got all the, all the typical Swiss Army stuff. 2 blades, mini saw, scissors, which if I'm in the woods with this knife, I always end up using the scissors to cut my nails with. They're pretty handy for that. Of course, bottle opener, can opener, and then corkscrew. A little hook. I'm not really sure what this is for. Maybe not really a fish hook, but you could use it. You could use it for pulling loops through. I'm sure there's a few good uses for that. And it's got the little awl, which, let's see if I can get it up without breaking my thumbnail here. That's stuck. I'll just leave it. That's just for boring little holes and stuff. I don't need to speak on Swiss Army enough. They've been around long enough. Everybody has them. This one's got more sentimental value to me now than it does practical usage, but can't really go wrong with one of these bad boys. And in my collection else, I got one of Grandpa's old straight razors. Not a fancy one, but kind of cool. Plymouth, Liberty Hall and Fen, Boston, Mass. Made in England, oddly enough. But that's kind of a cool piece. I don't use this thing for anything other than just keeping it to remind me of my grandfather and how cool he was. So, a good knife. A million uses for them, whether you're backpacking or hunting wood. It's good to have a good knife. You know, we all know what knives are for. I don't need to tell you why you need to have a knife, but I will tell you that you should have them. All right, it's another Scam and Score video, guys. I appreciate it. I got more stuff coming for you. Lots of camping trips coming up. It's gonna be summer soon. The weather's getting nicer. I was out on a little backpacking trip last weekend. Gonna get together a little bit of an edit for you guys. I'm not sure what format I want to shoot that in. I might try and make it a little bit of ASMR, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. I'm still only using the most basic editing software, so I'm working on it. I'm learning, guys. Be patient with me, but I promise I'll have more good stuff coming for you soon. Thanks.